Hello, welcome to another video. I'm still, if you watched me yesterday, you'll know that I am relegated to my room here because my son's doing his MA essays. It's the last, this is the last push, so I've left him to his own devices in there. I can keep out the way, otherwise I'll chat all the time. So I'm in here. I've just done very interesting meditation, channeling. Very interesting. They've been wanting me to connect with who they call Herne the Hunter, but also Serranos. It's got a few different names. Usually comes to me as a stag. So that's going to be interesting. And then a few other special guests turned up. So let's go through it and see what's happened. If you're new here, you can check out all my other world channeling messages and all the interesting people from Earth's past that seem to want to channel through me, so give a message through me. So you can check that out in a playlist. Please consider subscribing so we can get these messages out to more people. If you'd like a personal reading, I do angel life path readings. I do all sorts of readings. They want me to delve more into nature readings. I don't know how that's going to come about, but that's what they want. So the shadow men. So let's, see what happens with that. But all sorts of readings, tarot healing as well. And what else? Yes, and you can join this channel for extra perks. There's going to be an exclusive video on the Orion membership where I'm going to test out using my own cards, so if you're interested in that. And there's going to be a live tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and you need to be on at least in the Centaurus or the Orion membership to take part in that live. Okay, so let's get on with it. So they told me this was going to be more about an elemental reading, but it went into a lot of things, and I've got some actual channeled messages. So on about Herne the Hunter, but it appears to me as a stag, and they showed me this card, which is from the Celtic deck I've got, the Wildwood Tarot. I can see it there, stag. Now, it's been interesting. If you know from my other videos, I'm going through, my mother died and I'm estranged from her. So there's a lot of stuff going on for me at the moment. And just before that happened, I've been seeing stags again. Now, where I used to live in Berkhamsted, there is an ancient forest around there, which they do a lot of movies. They did Sleepy Hollow there. They do Robin Hood. They do lots of stuff there. And basically, I always saw the deer every time I went out. I saw stags. I remember one came running down the path towards us because the dog had found one and was chasing it, but it really came down. I don't know how he'd found the stag, come out of nowhere. And where I used to live in my house with my ex-husband, the side of it backed onto fields and onto a copse, and in that copse at one point we had four stags. It was amazing. We used to see them all the time. They were a big thing for me. I'm showing them a lot from spirit, and that is the spirit of the forest. You've got Lord of the Forest, Serranos, the Green Man, if I haven't said Lord of the Forest, and they want to call him Herne the Hunter. Now, I know there are lots of different stories about Herne the Hunter. So one of them being a ghost, and him being connected to Windsor and the Great Park, Windsor Forest and the Great Park there, Windsor Castle and that, which is an interesting point, which I'll tell you about later. But it's all to do with the spirit, and my guide told me that he'd embodied that energy for me to connect with. So that was really interesting. But the stag, I mean, you can look it up. I did the other day, but I can't remember everything they said. But it's a symbol of royalty. It shows you a lot about yourself, about being brave, courageous. And my guide's telling me this now. he's so blunt. Don't be reading trash, it's not right, I'm telling you. Okay. So being about brave, courageous, innovative, majestic. Okay, so I think the message is about embodying that sense, connecting to nature, to feel part of it, to feel majestic with it, to be part of a whole. That's a main theme that goes through here, is this connection to animal spirits and, you know, riding at speed, survive. I'm going to tell you this. I read that it's to do with survival as well, which is also interesting for the messages. It's your sense of stability and survival as well, but to be regal and in your spirit, in your full being as to who you are, remembering your soul, who you are. Okay, so we'll see what else we get through here. But they're giving me these cards. They always show me cards still. So I don't know if that's like glare from that window. Surrounders. Because what they said to me, I had a buffalo run through here. I could see a buffalo run through here. And yeah, if you're new here, there's just been a light put there, blue light there. I physically see spirit. You may see shadows. You may see orbs, anything here. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's lights there. Where are you then? Somebody's around here. Oh, I have had... I will get to it. There's so much to tell you. Sorry, I'm going to get away from the message. But it's this, and I got told, because I've been watching things about skinwalkers again, and I've been told Serranus, this spirit is a skinwalker because it can shapeshift into anything. So I've got 3 cards for, it's also the overall guardian of the forest of nature. Now, there is a female aspect to it, there is a male aspect to it, but I'm connecting with the male aspect. Why I have to connect with men all the time, I don't get it, but there you go. So that's the Guardian card and the Celtic. So that's protecting and guarding nature and the nature spirits, the elementals. I'm going to be connecting with more of them. So we've got the Serranus, so I think it's Celtic. And we've got the stag as well, majestic, to emphasize the royalty of this connection. Okay, so I will read what I've got, and then we'll maybe do some other cards. I've got some other cards to show you. So I saw a stag, then I got renewal and rebirth. Then my guide was showing me, and I think this is a personal message for me as to what's been going on. So if I'm telling you, this is a personal message for you as well. It showed me somewhere, and it was very like a video when I was young, Duran Duran, called My Own Way. And he showed me that in the corner. And I've had to, in the last couple of days, I've gone through, and I know a lot of people are going through things. It's eclipse season. It's a full moon coming up on the 5th, the flower moon, lunar eclipse. It's just, everybody's going through it. And for me, with my mother dying and that, and having to finally let it go, I had a massive meltdown yesterday because my brother, who is a monster, quite frankly, who I am estranged from, and my father and other members of the family. A lot of narcissism involved. Please don't ask me about it because I'm not going to go into it. But they weren't very nice to me, basically, and I'm not allowed to go to the funeral, all that kind of thing. Not that I think I should go, and I had a meltdown, and it was a purge of emotion and release, and I think that's what a lot of people are going through. I rage, I can get angry, yeah, and I tend to cover it and deal with it on my own, usually in here, but I was like rage, terrible rage, things I said, felt, and it had to come out. It had to come out. And luckily for me, my son was there to support me, and a lot came out. And there are things that will never change with me because of my experience, but I let go of a lot. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of people. So I was basically being told I need to now go my own way. I am not being hampered. And I think this is a huge message for you out there. You have to let go of things and move on. And now's the time to do it. You can check out my lunar eclipse reading, the full moon one I did yesterday, that talks about walking away, going your own way with things and believing in yourself. That's when I got the stag card, and then I got a contract. Now they keep talking about this staying on the earth. This is for everybody. A lot of light workers have been leaving, and there's this big message: please don't leave, we need you. Yeah, I'm saying Kitchener now, and the finger, you know, is it Lord Kitchener? You know, the guy in World War I in the UK who was pointing, you know, need you. So sorry for the pointing, but that's the famous picture. I'll put a link to one in the thing. But they told me, yeah, Skinwalker, and that he can shift into all different energies, and you would see him all different ways. Okay, nice buffalo. I think in America, buffalo I'm getting. Sometimes, you know, I watched something last night, it's like a wolf, whatever, but I'm getting a buffalo. One thing they did show me, which kind of disturbed me slightly, was vampires. Now I know that's about energy drain. They keep showing me a lot, this is going to be a two-parter, I think. They keep I keep seeing myself standing somewhere, and then they show me, remember I've talked about how they show different programs to help get the message across. They keep showing me Stranger Things, and the little boy who got I can't remember all these things when I'm channeling. I sometimes can't remember things. Oh, what is it? The thing that goes into him. You know, that looks like a big spider thing. Horrible. Ugh. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, I do know what it is. I just, when I'm channeling, I forget these things. It goes into him. Well, I kept seeing the little boy, and then I saw myself, and all of this stuff was coming into me. And I had, the other day, I had cords going off me, everything, to other people. I am apparently channeling a lot of energy from the world and transmuting stuff. Correct. Okay. So, but that's quite just like, oh, coming at me, and I'm having to transmute it. But there's something about vampires and vampires existing, and not just in an energy format. And they haven't told me anymore. So I suppose if skinwalkers can exist, then, I mean, I tend to think of these things, I mean, you can look at the legends, but I tend to think of a lot of things as coming from other dimensions and into ours. Okay, so anyway, before that, they showed me this card. They showed me salmon card, Queen of Vessels, salmon. Yeah. And that is like the Queen of Cups. That's a psychic connection. Feelings, lots of feelings, lots of emotion, lots of flow of thoughts, ideas, and emotion coming through. Okay, and having to swim through that soup of emotion. I'm getting soup of emotion. Okay. I was feeling really hot when I connected with this Herne. Then I went cold. And they showed me the Joker card as well. I don't know. That could be to do with my brother. I don't know. Then I saw Hitler Youth. Why? I don't know. But they used, remember, it's communication in images as well. And something about woke culture. They didn't say it anymore. Then I saw Knight's Armor. And I saw a card, which I should have got out. Actually, I forgot to. See if I can find it. And they showed... that was for me. I had to be like a knight, you know. It's like a quest, light worker quest, and yeah, they want me to show you that, cutting the cords to things you don't need anymore. Okay, and a lot of you are going to get signs, reminders, and symbols coming towards you, particularly after you've watched. Manifestations are going to come through as well. Okay, and everything is coming in divine timing. You've been waiting for this as a light worker, and they want you to take charge and take action and step into your gifts. I don't know where that came from. But this card. It's time to fight the fight. And this is about being knights in an army on a quest, a spiritual quest. And they were telling me that I had to have courage and bravery. And they've shown me this a few times. So if they're telling me this and they're getting me to show you the card, this is for you too. Okay? And they showed me Herne. He paired with these horns. You know, that he normally wears stag antlers. And in a long cloak and green, and he was walking around with a shield as well. That's not a shield, but he was walking around with a shield. And he because he was shielding me. Yes, okay. And it's my guide as well, who's embodying the energy. So shielding, it's all about being shielded. Shielded, immortality. Shield, immortality, living forever. I don't know, I was watching all the Doctor Who yesterday, and that girl is shielded in it who becomes immortal. Oh, this is to do with our souls being immortal, never dying. That's right. You needed to put this in a little bit of order, please, otherwise we're all over the place. Anyway, that will be explained a bit later on. So knight's armor, courage and bravery. And they showed me in chains, being led up from a dungeon in a castle by some people, and he was in front, and I got led out into the sunlight, which was very interesting because they keep giving me the sun. And they showed me a lot of Egyptian, including sun god Ra, who made an appearance. So okay, so it's coming out of the chains, freeing your mind, freeing yourself from things that have held you back. And then I was suddenly overlooking the sea. I saw a small castle on an island like in Scotland. And then I heard, "Don't be afraid, I am here to do great work with you." And then I saw loads of forests over the top. Then I saw a pyramid on my hand. And then Herne was in this bright light inside the pyramid. So I've been bringing forth his energy through this pyramid. And all I heard was spirit of the earth energy. Then I saw the sky, and then I heard spirits come from the ground, which I've been told it's like a cross with the dimensions. There are ones going up, there are ones going down. They're the elemental ones going down, and then there are ones that go off to either side. Okay, right, earth spirits, dimensions downwards, then I was going down in like a lift, which is really interesting because of that story I wrote, Court of Londinium. It's all about the city underground. Remember, the city I wrote about is actually Atlantis, and but it's underground. And this is, I don't understand the connections all the time, but this is really interesting because I talked about a lift going down through the levels of this city, and it was underground. So I may put that on as a free book for you to download if you would like, and you can find out about it. It was all my work, even the naughty stuff that I used to write, channeled. Trust me, channeled. Don't be fooled by the titles. That's just for Amazon and the romance readers, but it's channeled work, and this is clearly important. So I was going down the lift of the hand, and then I saw myself putting my hands in my soul. That's a very grounding thing to do, getting a connection to yourself, to the earth, yeah, and to life itself, feeling life, feeling an abundance of life, because I think we've all been a bit downtrodden. Then I got, connection between heaven and earth is sacred. This is from her. Neither functions without the other. Without the other. Connection to both maintains a healthy balance in mind, body and spirit. Why do you not see? The earth is stable beneath your feet. Feel it between oh, good grief, I haven't got my bit of paper. Feel it between your toes. Feel its nutrients seep inside you to heal and connect. We are all one. So what he's saying is we are connected to the earth. The earth is in us. And then I saw clouds and then a map. And then I got the earth is the motherland. The harvest begins and ends soon. The seeds ripen in the ground and the new earth will bear fruit for the new souls who come and those who choose to stay. And then they reminded me of Red Dwarf again, where this woman says, and the harvest will be bound. And they said, and that's connection to druids actually, because she was talking about the druids, the harvest will be bountiful. Okay, then some more speech. A great choice is upon us to continue or end. The choice is a human one. Are you at your journey's end? It is time to choose. The battle is being fought. Must you choose to go? This is this thing again. Lightworkers don't leave the planet. The earth. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. Must you choose to go? The earth. I don't know what that bit is. We in the nature dominions require your assistance to survive. The spirits who come to inhabit against the will of the earth and its realms will bring chaos and destruction. Now, I've talked about this before, about certain dimensions trying to take over others. And this is the alien thing as well, coming in to try and take over. Now, I see a lot of snowy mountains, snowy places, everything. And I often see a train going through the train track. And I'm seeing the train track as I talk to you now. Let me know what you think of this and what any ideas as to some of the messages, because they want you to think about this. A great winter will befall the earth and all will die. The time is now to act before the ice cometh. And then I got told a new ice age approaches. So then this is where it gets really interesting. We got sun god Ra made an appearance. Now I couldn't really see him, but he was definitely there. Yes, he showed me an hourglass and turning it over. Okay. Then I was somewhere, he spoke in images, I was somewhere very royal, and it looked like a royal palace, Egyptian royal palace. Now, I've got this connection to the Egyptian royalty thing. Oh, if you want no more, go and find it. Yeah, it's in the playlist. I talk about that. This giant mirror, square mirror, that kept turning. And it was really odd because it was like an Egyptian tomb. There were lots of things around. I could see myself in it as I am now, and I was standing. Very weird, and it kept sort of moving and then tilting back to me, and I could see myself. Then I saw the plane again, this mystical plane that I talk about, and I was up in the looking over the clouds, and these little bits of cloud. There's something about clouds. I keep getting cloud. I've got it again there. Clouds, precipitation. A problem with precipitation. Sorry, not precipitation. Correct. Then I heard, the great bird comes with messages for you all. Neglect it at your own peril. This card. Now, I always think there's a connection to the Thunderbird, okay? Symbolism here. Look, it's bringing fire. There are messages that are coming. I think there's going to be a lot of more connections. If you're watching this, you've got psychic abilities, you're a light worker, definitely. And I think there's going to be some messages coming in. At one point, I was seeing a lot of snakes as well, which can be the Kundalini thing, but it actually means the devil here. But I didn't see it in that context. I just saw lots of snakes, and I've seen this before, so it could be Kundalini. Okay. My brother's a snake too, so maybe that's, I will refrain. And I've got a light there. And the 8 of Wands is about messages coming. Okay, lots of thoughts, ideas as well coming in. So some of you are going to have downloads. You're going to have messages come in. Some of you are going to put in notes. It's going to come in around the world. It's almost like this. It's almost like they feel panicked and they a message. I'm getting blue light on top here. So message. You must get this. You must get this. It's almost like we are at a critical stage with what's happening. That's why people are getting more and more experiences. So then I saw, you know, I see the presidents and I see royalty. Jimmy Carter made an appearance again. Eisenhower, McNamara, Winston Churchill are all being reborn to continue their roles. This gets really interesting. George VI, who I keep saying, there will be a new royal birth soon. I don't know it's come through, but it's going to be him. Now, he could come as a bloke, you know, a boy or a girl. So it will be a boy. Right, okay. What they started, they must finish for the sake of the Earth's future. So they did a lot of work to help. Now, again, this is where it gets interesting. I started channeling some pharaohs, but I'm going to just break it off there because I'm going to put that in the next video, okay? Because it's very interesting, and I want to actually they want me to draw a couple of cards to just cement this message in, okay? Ace of Arrows. Now that arrow is going up. There's something definitely with the clouds, storms coming. There are a lot more storms coming. But it's about this connection, earth, sky, the breath of life. Somebody's trying to break the connection between the earth, and it's almost like somebody's trying to break it all down. I don't fully understand. There are all these things going on that we don't fully know about. The Three of Arrows. Now I was seeing 13 or 3 before I did this video. Lots of 3s. So 3s are all about massive change, big change coming into your life. Why did that go dark then light? Is that me moving? My camera went dark then light. So maybe it's something to do with that. It's probably just the light in here. Some connection. I don't quite get the 3. It's to tell me there's a 3 and heartbreak. It brings, there are going to is some connection to 3. That's, I'm getting Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity of 3. Let me know what you think about that. And this breaking this connection between heaven and earth. Knight of Bows, which is that the Knight of Wands? Yeah, fox, shape-shifting. Something is shape-shifting in the world. There are, okay. There are creatures within the forest who are shape-shifting, bringing about a change to ecology and the world. It is not desired. Please correct. And how do we correct that then? Oh, I get some strange messages. How do we, or the winter will cometh. Okay. Bring empowerment to the world, to the beings on it. Bring safety to the animals. Bring ecology back in balance. Bring this forest to the light. The forest of the dead will rise and be reborn again. Right, walked away. Okay. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there because I don't want people turning off because it's such a big message, so I'm going to break it up. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Part 2 I am going to do straight away. You can watch these videos on Centaurus and Orion memberships. If you join the channel, ad free, and you'll get them a little bit earlier as well, so you might want to do that, because they'll get the second one first. It's a very important message. I don't fully understand it, but it's very important. Okay, so it's got something to do with healing the earth. That's healer, but we'll okay, right, so I shall see you next time. If you want a personal reading, please contact me direct, and I'll do a reading for you. They're really popular, the Angel Life Path readings. I've been doing a load of them. You can have one for they're asking me to tell you one for 45 minutes, there's an hour one, and there's an hour and is it an hour and a half, something like that. Yeah, okay, I can do that for you. If you want to know about your spiritual gifts in particular, and how you can help with your life purpose, that's the reading to go for. I'll do many of this as well. Yeah, if you want to check out the rest of the Willow channel messages, there's a playlist as well. Okay, I shall see you next time. Take care. Bye.